Hello everyone. I did not see you all come in. And yeah, welcome to today's video. Today we will go into a new topic called the full story of. This is my first the full story of. And I just recently played a remake of the original Tubbyland. So, I think why will it not be a perfect thingy to start off with that? So, grab some snacks, take some darlings or something, and enjoy today's video. Let's begin. Our story begins in the early or late 80s. So, the prototypes were built, and I will show you the prototype in a bit. But the earliest prototype that were built were called Dipsy. That were the first they built. They built Dipsy first, so yeah. But Dipsy were too scary for kids and stuff like that. So they rebuilt him. But not only with Dipsy, they also built some other Tubby bots. And not only with the Tubby bots, they also built a vacuum cleaner called New New. New New were kind of special. Yeah. And they have just taken the original Dipsy and, you know, like, left him to rot and everything. Poor Dipsy. So, these 4 original Tubby bots were called the prototypes. They were built because it was just, you know, a tryout, but they were too scary for kids. But New New was fine for them. All the kids loved New New. But still, the main 4 animatronics were still too scary, so they left them all in a warehouse, which will be important later on. But for now, they kept New New and they rebuilt the 4 original animatronics. Okay, so here we have the 4 original. Credits to the original of the creator. So they had Tingy Wingy, the purple Teletubby, they had Dipsy, the green Teletubby. They had Lala, the yellow Teletubby. And they had Poe, the red Teletubby. And then they had rebuilt New, but it was still the same New. They had New, the vacuum cleaner. And kids just loved all of them. Like, all of them. All of them. But during a night, something happened. Okay, I'm back in my gameplay video. But what happened was the custard incident. The custard incident was so bad. It damaged all of the Tubby bots. Mostly Tinky Winky and Poe. And yeah, why did the incident happen? Well, I will tell you in later chapter. But for now, the incident had damaged them all. Tinky Winky have lost his legs, Poe her eyes, Lala her head, and Dipsy his one eye and the back of his head. And yeah, he have lost the back of his head. It cannot be seen in the game, but actually if you go into, I think, clicking on Twitter, you can see it. Or wherever it was. I don't remember that. But for now, let's talk about who made the incident. Okay, so PTLD, he or she or whatever gender, but I think they prefer to stay. PTLD were already trusted from the first game or second game or whenever they came. They had a very destroyed head. They had a very destroyed body and only one arm. Okay, sorry for that. Cut. Okay. So yeah, like I said, PTLD have one arm and were very destroyed. And most of their body were very destroyed. But somehow their window were not destroyed. Only the arm part. And they let's just say where the trust of where the game takes place. Because of this specifically Tubbybot, the game takes place. It's not only one of my personal favorite secret characters in gaming history, or FNAF fan game history. It's also a very mysterious one. A lot of redesigns and everything. But the original is the best, if you ask me. I also like the new one, though. But enough of how I like the look of it. Let's now talk about the incident. Okay, so one night when all of the employees were home and thinking that the place was safe, PTLD struck. And PTLD were controlled by somebody. They were controlled by someone named Dian. Dian were an ex-employee of Tubbyland Entertainment. So, Dian chose to go in the place, steal some parts, and then begin to build PTLD 93. And Dian, he loved the project, so he made PTLD control all the other Tubby bots to go in to this specific room. And that's why the camera is broken during the game. It's because of the custard incident. And let's just say that the custard machine don't look good. Okay. So, the custard incident. The custard incident was so bad that it exploded and all the Tubby bots got damaged. But the two who got most damaged the most, it were Tinker Winky and Poe. Tinker Winky lost his top and his ear and his legs. Yeah, his legs. And then Poe lost her eyes. And Lala lost her head. So you can basically see the endo head. Dipsy lost, actually, he had a big, hole behind. And then he also lost his eye. And he lost something. It was his eye that he lost. It was so important. And he also lost his eye color. Instead of, the classic good old brown that all the Teletubbies had, he only had a red dot on his one eye. So, that will take us till the next chapter, doing the game. Okay, so the first Five Nights at Tubbyland takes place in the early 2000s, around 2001 till 2003, I think. The newer one, Tubbyland Active or something, Act 1, I think, yeah, it takes place in 2003. And the restaurant were reopened. They found all the Tubby bots. But the Tubby bots did not look very good. They were destroyed, damaged, and Lala had lost her head, Poe her eyes, Dipsy were too scary, and Tingy Wingy his legs. But they could not find New New. New New were gone. New New were nowhere to be found. They looked in the kitchen, they looked in the office, they looked everywhere, but he were nowhere to be found. So, they made, some sort of detective to try to find New New, but no, they do not find New New. So, that's when they hired somebody because of the newspaper. The newspaper have a job requirement, help wanted. And that's where our protagonist in the game, with the name of Parker Anderson, came in. He was just a young college student who just looked, tried to get some easy money. This young college student just wanted easy money, so he looked through the newspaper, and when you look at that, what did he find? A job. What job? A night guard watchman job. So he took the job. He got a little interview with the CEO of the place. So, what happened? I will show you all right around now. Okay, so as you all saw, credits to the lucky player of the game. But yeah, as you all saw, Parker Anderson got hired by the CEO, and he was so happy and hype for the job. So the day it all started, he got a call from somebody who we all will know as the phone guy, or employee 3, or Crick. We will come to him in the later in the story. But yeah, Crick was the phone guy and told Parker what to do because of the animatronics acting weird and everything, like they do in the game. So he told how to deal with Poe, he told how to deal with Lala. He told how to deal with Tinky Winky. And he told how to deal with Dipsy. And New. Yeah, that New have been gone for a while. But what he didn't know was that New was still in the restaurant with him. And yeah, there is a lot of story in the dream, yeah. But New came to the phone guy, during the night, when he recorded the last call, the night 5 call, and what Parker heard got him PTSD or trauma, whatever you will call it, for life. He will always think back to this. He will always think back to this as a bad thing. So, what happened in the night before his last night, the recording? He simply got scared and tried to get away from New, but the Tubbybots came and helped New suck him in. And I will show you all what happened. Wow, what a brutal death. When Parker heard that call, he was thinking, what happened? What happened to Greg? So, when he figured out what happened to Greg because of the CEO telling him, he was scared for life. So he simply just took a 96 because it's a Five Nights at Freddy's game, and because he wanted to revenge Craig, the phone guy. But what he didn't know was that New were after him. New will always be after him. And I will show you all what Parker did after night 6 when I've told it. What Parker did where, he found some paper. He figured out it was a file to something big. Something really big. He took the file and then he stitched the place, and he figured out that there were more files than he couldn't think of. In all, there were 10 files. These files contained something about why the Tubbybots walked around during the night. So he took them with him home and wrote them all. So, I will show you all what happened. So, as you all saw, he escaped with all the files. Credits to Illusium X, or how you say the name. But he also took for a seventh night. And what happened on that seventh night was that he somehow tampered with the animatronics. The animatron... okay. Not animatronics, Tubbybots. But Tubbybots, he had tampered with them. Somehow. So... he tampered with them. The next night, he was told by the CEO that he needed a therapist or something. So, this was very good for Parker. The young Parker. Let's just say that it made him happy. So, what happened after the seventh night? I will show you now.
Alright, hi Parker. I'm calling in regards to
So, as you all saw, credits to the person who played. But yeah, as you all saw, Parker had told a therapist what had been happening during the nights. He simply could not get it out of his head. And he got so many nightmares about it. And maybe 1 year later, 2 years later, I don't know, he got a whole week's nightmare, which ended up very bad. And that marks the end of this chapter. Okay, so now we are at Tubbyland Return, aka Parker's nightmares. The nightmares he had were so bad, so bad. They were actually almost the same as the first one. In the first night, he encountered Nightmare Lala. Very terrifying for him. He remembered how her head was drawn and how her teeth were drawn and everything. And he even remembered that she did not have any fingers, only thumbs. He was terrified. But PTLD 93, yeah, remember that dude? Well, somehow came into his nightmares. So that's why the Tubby Butts, Nightmare Tubby Butts, are there. PTLD called Parker during the nights, so he could learn how to deal with them. So yeah, like I said, Lala was the first one to move on night 1. On the second night, Poe came. And what he remembered and what PTLD also did, only shine her and don't move. Don't even look at the cameras. But for some reason, she have nightmares fingers. These nightmare Tubby Butts were more terrifying and became more and more terrifying. And on the 3rd night, PTLD have seen how Parker have struggled with Dipsy. So Dipsy came, and he went nightmare fuel, with the one eye ripped out and everything. The one eye. And Parker was terrified. But he did something new because he remembered how Dipsy always will follow some sort of smoke. So he just used the cameras to do it, like Simon says in Pub Ghosts. And then the last one, Tingy Wingy, the one he used to watch all the time, came back. His voice was proud and everything. He had none but him. Parker remembered what he did. what he did was very nice. He simply just clicked tingy-wingy on the cameras, which might have given him some sort of electroshock. I don't really know, but what happened? Where, yeah. And so he remembered that if he did not do it right, and if Tingy Wingy came too close, he will not move out of the spot. And then he remembered the phone call of how it got sucked. How Trek got sucked up to it. And then he remembered somehow the original. What I think is that the original were, a big part of his childhood. Because in the early 2000s he is a college student, so it couldn't probably be his childhood. But he remembered the teeth of how scary it all were. But the heads, he have never seen them before, so he tried to knock them out. But in the real life, the CEO of his last job, he were in the basement trying to defeat the real PTLD 93, defeating them with the same thing that they do. And the real PTLD 93 did not get the CEO because the CEO were lucky to escape. But Parker were not as lucky. Parker were not as lucky. What I mean with that will come later on. But Parker's nightmare became worse and worse until the 5th nightmare. He thought he had escaped, but no. He forgot the key that his CEO told him about. So he got dragged into the room again, where he were in the 6th night. And in the 6th night he defeated all of them until PTLD 93 showed up in his nightmare. He was terrified, but he remembered what he did. Yeah, you have seen PTLD before. Like back in the days. He remembered how terrifying PTLD were and how terrifying the original were, and he just remembered New. After this, he escaped from his nightmare, but he did not escape from the death. So yeah, you all heard correctly. Parker Anderson died in the year 2003 or 4, I think, around there. Because we know that it takes place in the early 2000s. But Parker died because of PTLD. And I will show you both cutscenes in a bit. How he died were because PTLD came into his room, and it were not just a hallucination, it were the real PTLD. Parker was terrified of it. Parker have never seen the real PTLD, only in his nightmares. So he was terrified. He closed his eyes for a bit, saw that PTLD was gone, but he had just hidden. And then he killed Parker Anderson at the age of early 20s. I will show you all the cutscene now.
Wake up, Parker.
So, yeah, as you all saw, Parker Anderson died in a young age. It were a dark past, but Tubbyland Entertainment saw a bright future, which we will see now. So, in the year 2035, the new manager, or the original manager, CEO of the place, of Tubbyland Entertainment, the manager who have told Parker everything, were killed in his office by PTLD 93. But other employees did not think about it. 1 year later, they have built all the new animatronics they have wanted to build for so long. They have built a new version of Lala, or shall I rather say they have rebuilt new version of Lala, Tingy Wingy, and Dipsy, and also the Happy Vacuum Cleaner. But they did not have enough money to rebuild Poe, so they just kept her in the storage unit, just to rot. But they have built a new version of Poe called Poe version 2.0. And these new Tubby bots did very well. And to take the role of the Night God were even Jameson. He was just looking for a job, because he needed some money, some cash, to pay some bills or something. So he gladly took the job. And they have re-recorded message to him, which they have done because if a new night guard shall come, so they all took the chance and called him and then put in like the message till the night guard, which they did very happily. But until night 5, something happened. The message cut, and it was because of Craig, the phone guy from the first game. The guy who was sucked up by none other than New. He somehow controlled all the animatronics. Tubbybots, I mean. He was the reason why they wanna kill Even, to replace the role of New. But Even survived everything. Even were lucky, but for some reason he took a United States. And yeah, you all know. He survived, got his payment, and then he got there tempered a little bit with the animatronics. Tubbybots, I mean. He timbered with the Tubbybots. And then he got fired. But that's when not the end. He got one night, he got a nightmare about the place. But all the Tubbybots had no eyes. The only thing they had were, yeah, something. They had no eyes, only Tingy Wingy. And of course, not Poe. Poe had no eyes. Yeah, I just told what happened in the story, but yeah, I'm just gonna tell something else. So yeah, during the nights, Ivan saw that they moved, and he was like, "Why do they move? What makes them move?" He figured out the hard way. On the 5th night, Ivan was very surprised. And then, when he have survived all the nights and his nightmare had ended, he was thinking what he should do for the future. Okay, so after the 3rd place, I think, the 3rd place where like total destruction and everything, they didn't, Tubbyland Entertainment did not want more, so they simply just took all the Tubbybots and stored into the warehouse where all the prototypes went. And they took Poe in there as well. So, a few years passed, and yeah. And someone back. Someone who have not been back for over 40 years. Someone called Dian. Dian were an ex-employee and the cost of everything. He had come back for one last thing. So, yeah. The new warehouse was set 6 years after the second game. Or shall I say the old warehouse. But, yeah, an old employee with the name of Evan Jameson came to the place, where he were there only for 2 nights, and then he left, probably to do better stuff. But to replace him were Dian, who have cost everything, who were the one who cost it all, and he are very special. He have a very special role in the game. Not only is he the guy you play as in the 3rd game, he's also the phone guy from the 1st game's little brother. And yeah, during the nights, Dian have nightmares of Craig and the CEO of the warehouse with the name of Mark talking about Nuno. So he went to the warehouse every night. Every night, on his 5th night, he got a paper saying that they will pay him over their email or something. I don't remember. And on the 6th night, he had a very bad nightmare of Poe being there. Everything was bad for him, but not as bad as what will happen on the 7th night, or 20 mode. So, and on the 7th night, you can get 3 endings. You can get the newspaper ending. That's if you beat, like, you know, whatever custom nights, just as long as it's not everyone on 20. Not everyone shall be on 20 if you want the newspaper ending. But on all 20 mode, you can trigger rather the good or the bad ending. But before that, a cutscene will trigger, and I will play that cutscene in a bit. What and which ending is canon? I will explain it after we have seen that little Bill cutscene.
You're here. You're finally contain my joy. Do you know why I am so joyful? You are now the new. I would have settled for any old scrap for the owner of this prison, but I never could. When I saw your face sitting there in the office chair, I was overjoyed. Do you know how long I've been in here? Decades. Decades. But it seems you're here to take my spot now. I was forced to take the spot of those before me, and now it's your turn to take over, so I get to leave. Remember how I mentioned to the others before me? Let me just refresh your memory on the purpose of the Nunu. I learned from the dead before me that this isn't just your everyday amusement machine. No, it's far more than that. The state you see it in now is its original form. Many rows of teeth and a vacuum designed to hold in the corpses of the victims until they were disposed of. Though I don't think the disposing part has happened since before Tubbyland's creation. Kinda silly how I was able to make it so no one noticed me in here. I'm not sure what will become of you, though. You have done terrible things to this company in the past, and I suspect that the worst is now in store for you. As for the player watching and guiding, I have a question. Are you still there?
So, as you all saw, you get two options. Whether the good or the bad ending. And I will show you both endings right now.
Wait, really? That easily you will give up? I'm actually kind of proud. I mean, you're taking responsibility for your actions. I didn't think you had it in you. How about I make it easier for you? We can both stay here and maybe it won't be so bad. I think it's about time we start sticking together again, little brother. Wait, why isn't this working? Come on, we can't both leave. Someone has to stay. How are you? Wait, someone needs to take over or we are stuck here. No, come back. Are you still there?
Credits to the player of that video. Well, as you all saw, the endings triggers if you choose rather to free yourself or accept your fate. But I think accepting your fate is canon, because we know that Tien were kind of sad when he lost his brother, so he will just spend time with his brother again. And that led us all till the last chapter. So yeah, after the third game, you can unlock a secret night, which is called Night X. And in this night, it's only PTLD 93 who's moving, the last stand of them. And if you ask me, PTLD 93 might have an hint now, because you have defeated them. You have defeated PTLD. Good job. But what about the minigame that plays before? Or you can trigger by clicking on PTLD in the main menu. What do I mean with that? I will show you now. So as you all saw, the secret minigame. Yeah, I had to do some stuff before I did that. But yeah, as you all saw, the secret minigame actually told us something. It told us what and what how PTLD controlled Poe, that they just simply just touch Poe. No, but I think that PTLD had a chip in them, and they put it, started in Poe, and then Poe did the incident. But you defeat PTLD on the last night. Okay. So, I think that marks the end of the story. Yeah, 2 sec. Oh, so I see that you have finished the video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and that the video took me some time to make. Oh god. Yeah, the video took me some time to make. Just gonna say. Yeah. So maybe I will make a playlist of this. Yeah, probably. But that's it for me now. And yes, this is Sunny. I'm Sunny. So, hope you all enjoyed today's video. So, yeah. See y'all and have a sunny day. Mwah. Peace.